Hi everyone, welcome back. We are continuing in Module 2, Topic 1, Lesson 3. We're on page 245, the introduction. Lesson 6 here, 1 is not enough, using and comparing ratio representations. Learning goals, use graphs to compare ratios, read and interpret ratios from graphs, double number lines, and tables. Use ratio and rate reasoning and multiple ratio models to solve problems. Compare representations of additive and multiplicative relationships. Quick review. Use the double number line to create a ratio table, then create a scenario that fits the data and describes the associated ratio. Okay, so I've been saying that double number lines are literally just the same as a table. So, right, like I can just kind of box this in, right? And if I just thought about lines separating here, like in a table form, I'd kind of draw this right down through here. And then we have these different parts. So I'm going to go here with 30. The associated is 50 or corresponding. I have 60, which matches with the 100, 90 and 150, 120, and 200. So I left this one blank because I wanted us to create our own for here. So this, we went from 30 to 60. We could do a times 2. 50 times 2 is the 100. 30 times 3 is the 90. 50 times 3, 150. 30 times 4, 120. 50 times 4, 200. I could go back this way. These both end in 0, so I know they're both divisible by 10. So if I did a divide by 10 on each of these, I would have 3 and 5. I could go the other way, so maybe instead of multiplying 30 by 2, 3, 4, I could do times 5. I could add another part to my table. I could go out to 150. 50, again, times 5 would give us 250 if we extended our table this way. Okay, so then it says to create a scenario. So something happens 3 times and I get 5 of something else, or something happens for 30 days and 50 of something happens. So pause the video here, please. Try to think of a scenario that you might be able to apply to this. The one you know, if you come up with the same one I did and you legitimately paused it, then I'll be okay with you writing the same one. But I want you to be honest about it. So the one I have in mind is that, and I'm going to stick with this column right here. Every 30 days, I can save $50. You could write about any number of things. Every 3 days, something else happens, or for every 3 boys in the classroom, there are 5 girls. So in a classroom of 30, when I say 3 boys, 5 girls, so 30 boys, 50 girls. Anything like that, you come up with your own. Okay, moving over to getting started. So this one, I'm going to do a little bit, and then I'm pausing the video completely. I'm going to finish my graph. You're going to finish yours, and then you'll turn it back on and see if your graph is correct. Lou is trying to make bread, but each time he tries, the bread's either too dry because it's too much flour or too runny because it's too much water. Use X's to graph each attempt that was too dry. Use O's to graph attempts that were too runny. And then we're going to estimate a ratio that's kind of just right, and then you'll compare with someone else. Okay, so too dry gets an X. So dry is an X. I'm just going to come through here, and alongside the dry, I'm going to put X's so I just remember. So let's plot a couple of these X's. So flour is right here, so that is my X-axis, and water is on my Y. So this says to go over to 11 where it's flour, 11 cups of flour, and up to 4 cups of water. So you saw my note card here in the frame. So I highlighted the edge because it was white and it tends to kind of blend in. By me highlighting it here, it kind of pops out. You have colored index cards at school, so you don't really need to do that. But then I put my arrow on here. So going over to 11 cups of flour, that's here. And I'm going up to 4 cups of water. So this is the line 11, and I'm lining it up right there. And I'm going to go up until 4, and I'm going to stop. And right there where my arrow is pointing is where I'm putting my X. Okay, so that's this one. I'm just going to put a little check mark there that I did that. The next one is 6 and 2, so 6 cups of flour. So come over here to the 6 and up to 2 cups of water, which is right here. I'm going to put an X. So I did that. And now I'm going to hop over here to another color, and I'm going to do the runny, which they said is circles. So these all get circles. I'm going to do it in another color. So 3 cups of flour, 5 cups of water. Come over to 3, which is halfway between the 2 and the 4, and up to 5. So right here, right where that's pointing, I get a circle. I did that one. 10 cups of flour, 9 cups of water. Come over to the 10 and up to the 9. And I'm going to put a circle right here. And I did that one. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video. You're going to pause. You're going to fill out the rest of yours, and we'll check back in a second. Okay, so welcome back. So this is what I have so far. And what I'm noticing is that all of the runny, the pink circles are kind of up higher here, and all of the ones that are too dry are down here. So it wants me to estimate a ratio that's just right. So what point on this graph might be just right? I think I'm going to try to draw a line kind of between the two. So like, let's see if I can, and I'm going to go through the origin here, but then I kind of want to be like halfway between these. Be nice if I had a clear ruler. I think I might. Oh, well, that's okay. It's going to take up too much time on the video. So I'm going to start here at the 0. I'm going to say like maybe right about in here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. So then where might I find a just right? I'm going to say really anywhere probably on this line is going to be kind of not too runny, not too dry. So let's find somewhere that crosses kind of nicely. It looks like maybe right here. I'll put a star. So that looks like 8 cups of flour. To 5 cups of water. You could really pick any of these on here. I could even say maybe it looks like 2 cups of flour and like 1 1/4 cups of water. Like that would be where this one is. That would be like 2 flour over 1 1/4 water. Or you can write it like that. Okay, then you're going to compare your graph with somebody else's. If you're in school, you're going to do that. If you're home and you're sick, or you're just not here at school and you're doing this on your own, then just compare it with mine. See you on the next video.